How's it going, everybody? My name is Jonathan Reynolds, and I live here in Clinton, Kentucky, and farm with my granddad. We own and operate Springhill Farms here in Clinton, and we're sitting at about 1,600 acres of row crop, split 50-50 on corn and soybeans. And so, since he started in 1957, it's been a continuous growth, it seems like, on our operation. And then, you know, I was born in 97 and was, from the day one, has been able to spend my time here on the farm, and have really grown up enjoying life here, working with the land and with our agriculture industry. And so that led me to pursue a degree in agronomy at Murray State, and graduated in 2019. And ever since then, I've been back here on the farm. Because what we're seeing too is you know, we had a couple of days where we could plant corn early in April, and it did fine. That field back there was the only field we got planted at early, and it looks great. But everything else, it was so cool and so wet and sporadic that it seems like corn planting, if you can delay it more now, you're better off than if you were trying to plant them super early. So I don't know. We're gonna have to see what happens. Interesting to kind of watch. This year, one of the things that we tried on soybeans was planting them early, and I feel like everybody had great intentions for that, at least around here this year. It was kind of the buzz, the trend, I guess, for a lot of guys was trying early soybeans. And so thankfully the weather broke in April where we were able to get them in. I think these were planted April 7th, and we were able to get about 200 acres in that week. And so far they're looking awesome. So probably the best beans that I have right now. And along with trying early beans, this field actually I also tried variable rate soybeans. And so looking at seeing if we can cut back seed cost there and kind of save, but also to increase some bushels as well by not overpopulating in the good spots, but increasing the population in poor spots to help just with lodging and things like that. So excited to see how these do. These are some 3.7 beans that we planted early and already flowering, which is pretty interesting to see the first week of June for around here, when normally, I mean, we're still planting beans right now. So it'll be interesting to see the variance between early to late beans this year, and definitely something I'm looking at in the future, just because it seems like the early cool wet springs are just terrible for corn planting conditions in our area. And so if I can start planting beans earlier and they can look like this in a couple months, then I'll probably start doing that more and focus on planting corn maybe later in May, whenever the conditions are more suited for that. But some of the cool things that we're trying here this year, and excited to see how they turn out this fall. All right, so here we are. This is our corn planter and our bean planter that we use here on our farm. As far as precision ag goes, it's got about everything that we can fit on it. We do a lot of stuff for precision planting, so we put hydraulic downforce on to help cut through cover crop residue and no-till conditions that we're facing on the farm. And then we've also got electric drive units on every row, and so every row is individually controlled. And so we're really trying to be conservation minded and as economical as we can be. And so for us, with as many waterways and then our oddly shaped fields that we have, having shutoffs for our seed, but also our fertilizer and our starter fertilizer on every individual row helps cut a lot of cost out that we would if we otherwise didn't have that. And so we're also, like I said, we're running starter fertilizer here, and we're also running on corn 2x2 nitrogen, or we're streaming at the back right now, and we also have the ability to knife it in on this planter, depending on the cover crop conditions and how things are going in the springtime. And then this year, kind of a new thing we added was it's a precision planting furrow force closing system. And so it's got pneumatic pressure, and it's a 2-stage closing system, just trying to make sure that we get the seed trench. Again, we're heavy cover crop situations, and so trying to make sure that we can cut through that residue and make sure that we get the seed in the right place and it stays there. That's what we're all about. And so far this year, we've loved being able to run this stuff, and then it also transitions into better stands and emergence during the year, especially in the springtime and in summertime. And then we've actually seen quite a bit of difference in the yield just in a year of running it compared to last year. So it's exciting, or I'm sorry, the year before last. So it's exciting to see the opportunities that are presented with precision planting and precision agricultural equipment. And so it's kind of what we're trying to utilize here on the farm to help be as profitable as possible.
I think 160, like I said, is just kind of where you need to be, and I think you're gonna have a real nice stand. I think it's gonna look good. So
okay.
Then why don't you stick around that, and we'll see what we got here in a few days.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as I know how many acres I'm gonna need, I'll try to work that out. But I've still got plenty of beans I've got to get through first. So
okay. Well,
see how the year continues. So
right. Well, just let me know if you need anything, and we'll hook you up.
Will do. Thank you, Lane.
Thanks, man. See you.
See you. So here this last January, I was actually elected onto the Soybean Association Board of Directors. And so as a new director, I think about some of the opportunities that are going to be presented, or what I hope to be presented, I guess, and just building new relationships with people from across the world even, but also especially here in Kentucky. Just getting to know growers that have been in the industry as longer than I have, and can learn from those experiences that they've had. And also I'm excited to get to learn more about, especially like trade, especially with soybeans. That's going to be interesting, especially in these times too, with the China deals that are going on and our trade deals here. Learning more about that and how that plays a role in what I do here on my operation is definitely going to be something that I'm excited about. And then also helping just advocate for policy and decisions that are going to be made in Frankfurt and in DC. I think about as a young person, maybe having a different perspective and bringing that to the table as well is what I'm excited to be. That's why I'm excited to be on the board. And so looking forward to serving the Purchase region, and I'm glad to be here.